Hello guys, this is Vidya from CSA Department Section B and my registration number UIK assigned in CS 100. Today we are going to discuss about JavaScript-DOM elements and events. Our first task is to write a function that accepts a string as a parameter and find the shortest and longest word within the string. So firstly we have to go to HTML and then here I am creating the head and header and then I am closing the head. Here I am giving the style sheet here itself in the HTML file, and in the body I am giving the navigation part in which I am giving the class as sitemap, and then in the list I am going to give form1, form2 and form3 names of the forms, and then I am going to close it. Now here in header I am giving I am dividing the class as content. In class I am going to divide the sections, and in sections I am giving form ID as same as in paragraph ID. I am giving it as form ID and then form1, and using field set and legend tags we can actually group the relative forms. So we are using field set and legend here. So here I am going to enter a sentence and then I am going to input the type called text, and then ID is Q1 and autofocus placeholder. So here also we are going to place a holder just as in the first experiment. It will be seen as sentence here, but it's not the main content. And then here I am going to give the class as result, in which I am going to say that longest word and then span. So here we are going to use the span, and the ID is longest and shortest. Here I am going to close the span on this, and then here I am using a button instead of any other thing. Button is the best, so I am going to use button type equal to button. So on click what we have to do, so for that it should go to the function 1, that is F1, and then submit, and then button should be closed and the field set and form is also closed. This is for form 1. So for form 2 also I am going to do a field set and then legend, and then here I am using BMI calculator. So for that here I am entering weight in kgs and input type is number. So BMI calculator is nothing but number, so I am giving it as number. So ID equal to weight, so we are giving the ID as weight and value as 0 and minimum is also 0. So height also we are going to do the same thing. Here also I am using a button in which on click it should calculate actually. So this is the function used, calc, and then division class equals to result. So here we are going to give the output as your BMI and your body type and span and ID. So here I am closing the field set and form. In the same way we are going to do for fruit farm, in which I am giving rows and columns. Input type is number and input type is number. On click we have to grow function should carry on. And now here also I am closing the form, and form 4 and for currency converter I am going to give the input type as number and placeholder from currency and select ID is from, and here from INR Indian rupees to US dollars we are going to convert it. So we are going to use the ID called 2, and then we are going to change it to US dollar to Indian rupee. So in this way we are going to use it. So for result I am going to do this. So class equal to result sp, and then span we are going to use. Here button type we are going to click as convert. We are calling the convert function. And in the same way for form 5, heads or tails, how many heads and how many tails we are going to count it. In the same way here also I am using the button tag, and then I am going to flip the coin. And for form 6 I am going birthday cake order. I am giving the half kg cakes and input type as number and ID equals to small and value equals to 0 and placeholder I am giving this half kg count, 1 kg count and 2 kg count. And here also I am giving labels, that is for tip. For that I am going to use the radio buttons, in which they will be selecting 1. And then for button also I am using this. For cake order I am using on click it should order the cake, and then tip, tax and total everything should be added, and the final total should be given here. In this way we are going to do it in the for HTML file. For this script SRC, now we are going to see the JavaScript. That means we are going to sync it to the JavaScript. That's why we are going to say new JavaScript.js async and defer. So let's go here to new javascript.js. Here I am having functions f1 in which I am giving the to declare a element we need to get the input from in JS file, that is JavaScript. We need to use the keyword called as get element by id. So document.get element by id. Here in index we have declared it as q1, so I am giving it as q1.value. So var big, to declare the variables we need to use var. So var big equals to longest word input and var small equals to shortest word input. So we are getting the element by the id dot inner html dot inner html. To find the longest string we are going to split the string, and then we are going to find, for that we are using for loop here. For variable I equals to 0, I is less than string dot length I plus plus, and then we are going to find the using if we are going to find the longest word. To find the shortest word also we are going to use the for loop. So in the same way we are going to calculate the height and weight of the body of the people. So here also I am using this formula for BMI, that is kg by new centimeter into new centimeter. And if it is less than 18.0, then we are going to say underweight. If it's less than or equal to 25, then we are going to say normal. If it's less than or equal to 30, then it's overweight, and greater than, then it is obese. So we are also getting the element by id, and then the same thing. So here in function grow we are going to use this rows and columns, we are going to count it. So while doing this also we are going to append, and for using for loop and this we are going to find the functions. So in the fruit garden also we are going to do the same thing using this, and in function convert we are going to convert the value. So for that we are going to use the if else if loop. And then for flipping a coin head and tails we are going to set the attributes here using var, and then we are going to set the attributes, and then document or get element id. If our rand is equal to 1, then we are going to say that it's one time, and then else it's going to be the head. So for cake order also we are going to calculate the cost as n into 1000 plus nm into 200 plus n into 1 n1 into 400. Tip equals to 0, so we are going to calculate total thing, and this is the main thing, that is these two are the formula used for calculating. And then this is how we are going to set the text alignment and padding. So we are going to name, register number and date of birth, and then input, and then we are going to print the student details using InBlock. So this is how. And then in new CSS we are going to, for field set I am going to align the content, and for form we are going to give margin as 10 pixel, and for button I am going to give the background color, border and border radius. We are going to hover the button by background color and color. And for row we are going to give the width, and column also we are going to give the width and height and padding. And in the same way we are going to do for input type equals to text also, we are going to do it padding, sizing and bordering, everything is here. And in this way we are going to find the we are going to set the positions and everything for the each and everything. So let's see how it works. So here it is question 1, question 2, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4 and question 5. So whenever you click this it goes there. So if we go here it goes to question number 5. So let's go to the question number 6 and check the output here. So firstly enter a sentence. So let me give the sentence as hello world. So we need to find the shortest and longest word. We got the longest word as well and shortest word as also. Let's try for another thing. Sorry. So here we got the longest word as haha and shortest word as ha. So first question we have fulfilled, and BMI calculator Weight I'm going to give it as some 27, and height I'm going to give it as 55. So calculate, it is 89.3 and it's obese. So for second is also rows, that is 2, columns is also 2. So you see here we are getting 2 rows and 2 columns. If you change number of rows and number of columns, the output also changes. So here it looks like this. And then now I'm going to convert the currency from currency, that is here I'm going to give some 70 convert. So here it is 0.98. now we can draw, it has the drop down menu. So here I'm doing it as $300 convert. So we are getting 21,333. So in this way we are going to convert it. And for heads and flip, we are going to say flip, we are getting head to, so we are going to flip, and how many times head or tails occurs, it's going to give the count of it. So for birthday cakes, here I'm doing it as this is the drop down menu. I mean, to increase the number, I'm giving 8 half kg cakes and 2 1 kg cakes and 1 kg cake, and the tip is 20 rupees, and I'm going to calculate, and totally it is 1764 rupees. So in this way we are going to perform the JavaScript DOM elements and events. Thank you for watching.